All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you can take your seats, we'll get this show on the road here. And we want to welcome everyone here for the 2020 State of the City Address to be given by the Honorable Mayor Wilfred Rosas, City of Dunkirk. Nice to see the packed crowd here today. My name is Dr. Rosas. I'm out of the Dunkirk Planning and Development Department, and I'll be your MC for today's festivities. And want to welcome you all again. We want to start with some dignitaries here. Gino Rusi out of Buffalo, with Hispanics United of Buffalo, and his conciliary, Dave Rodriguez are here. The Revitalized Dunkirk Group always with us. The Honorable Betty Calvo Torres, Buffalo City Clerk, with us today. Lakeshore Savings Bank, we have Dan Reining, CEO in the house. Where are you there, Dan? We have some Hispanic organized Progress in Education, 501c3 members in the house with us today. David Wilkinson, the IBW Union Electric. There he is. Richard Pearl, Town Supervisor, Dunkirk. Jim Pickard. There he is. How you doing, Jim? We have the Vice President, Jamestown Community College with us today, Dr. Kirk Young. Also, Elizabeth Booth does a fine job in the North County here. Out of Buffalo, New York, we have Steve Holtz with the LED Energy Solutions. They're doing our street lights now and the renovations here at Municipal City Hall. Russ Gugino, the Gugino Associates here, also with us today. Allison Hunt out of Tom Reed's office here with us today. The president of Key Bank, Ellen Leskoyak. Congratulations, Ellen. Where are you? Deb Pecos, DNF Meals on Wheels with us today. From National Grid, we have our representative, Paul Kaczmirczyk. Is that how you say that, Paul? Yeah. All right. From Buffalo, New York, John Rivera, the Democratic State Assembly candidate for the 149th District with us today. Our Chautauqua County Democratic Committee Chair, Norm Green's with us today also. We have from DFT, Diane Janung and Jim DeGolier with us today, DFT. And it's nice to see a beautiful packed crowd here today for the State of the City Address. We'll get this rolling real quick. To my left, we've put together some videos. I talked to Phoenix representatives. They got some videos for us, some pictures. You'll see those on the upgrades of what's going on in Phoenix. And you'll also see some footage and some pictures from the cold storage warehouse and some of the other industrial company here in Dunkirk, okay? At this time, without further ado, I'd like to welcome to the podium, let's see what the agenda says here. I think I've got a couple coming up to sing the national anthem. Is that right? Yes. Okay, you want to come forward? There you are. Just watch your step here. Okay. You can stand here. How's that?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, give proof through the night that our flag was that's still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Michaela Pager and Jeremy Bone with a fine rendition of the Star Spangled Banner. Okay, and at this time, winning his second term, we'd like to introduce to you the Mayor of the City of Dunkirk, the 42nd on his second term, the Honorable Mayor Wilfred Rosas, please.
Thank you. Thank you. I'd like to welcome all of you here to City of Dunkirk Common Council Chambers. And I want to thank each and every one of you for taking time out of your day to be here with me as I deliver my State of the City 2020 address. I would like to just let you know today's presentation will be about 30 minutes or so. And we're going to be talking about some of the things, positive changes that we've been making here in the city over the past 4 years, the impact that it's had in our community. We're going to talk about the projects that we are presently working on. Some of these projects will have a major impact in our city here, city community here in the city, but also some of these projects will have an impact in northern Chautauqua County community, and some of these projects are regional projects that will have an impact in the region here in Western New York. So there's a lot of excitement, a lot of good things happening in the city, and I'm very proud to stand before you to explain some of these. We're going to start right in. Safety and community health. In our police department, our city police department celebrated our 26th National Night Out, which is a milestone as many communities have dropped out of this program. This is important for our community, our police department. The biggest thing that we need to have is communication with our community. And most of the time when people deal with our police department, they're dealing with us because they're either the victim of a crime, or they're the perpetrator, or they're a witness. This is the type of event that provides an opportunity for our police officers and our community to interact in a different way and to get to know each other. We've done upgrades to our communication center in the police department, have continued in 2019 with upgrades to our DVR system, which monitors our security cameras throughout the City Hall campus, including the newly added Stearns building. And we just added the Stearns building as part of City Hall now. We were out of compliance in many ways here. We were fortunate that the state worked with us. They sort of grandfathered us in the police department, for example. We are supposed to have mandated separate room for interviewing females. We currently don't have that. These are things that we're dealing with now. With the expansion to the Stearns building, it provides us the opportunity to now be in compliance with all of these mandates. New mobile data terminals for all of our patrol vehicles were installed in 2019. Again, this is a public safety issue. It was hard for me to come in. My background is in police work, and I know how important it is to have these computers top of the line. So we're very proud now to have that in all of our patrol vehicles. In 2019, we continued our Breakfast with a Police Officer program. This program has been a huge success. Our officers continue to visit all of the schools each year and answer questions about police work. That's part of recruitment. Recruitment starts at an early age, and I can tell you that myself, when I was in middle school, I already knew that I wanted to be a police officer. And praise God, I was able to be a police officer, and I retired honorably. In 2019, our city police department was awarded a grant for an armored truck for our SRT unit. This provides better safety for our officers in dangerous situations. The SRT unit is always something that we're proud to have. They work on major cases. Some of them are drug cases. And this armored truck, obviously, it's bulletproof. This is, again, public safety. In our fire department, the fire simulator training trailer continues to serve as a good training resource for our firemen in the city of Dunkirk. The fire training grounds in the city of Dunkirk continues to provide live fire training exercises for not only city firefighters, but firefighters throughout the county. This has been an important goal of ours here in the city of Dunkirk to ensure that we have good public safety. I believe personally, I've been around fire departments and police departments pretty much my whole career, and I can tell you that I feel that our police and fire are among the best and most professional in the county, bar none. In 2019, the city purchased a new medics ambulance. Upgrades have continued to our equipment in the fire department and to each of our fire stations in the city. And a new ladder truck has been ordered with an arrival date of spring 2020. These are equipment that cost money. We were able to purchase that ambulance without having a bond for it. These are the good things that are happening in our fire department. The ladder truck, again, we have an old ladder truck. I met with our fire chief. We discussed it. We presented it to council, and we found a way to be able to purchase that truck, which is very much needed. In 2019, the city of Dunkirk issued 429 building permits. That's more than we had last year. In 2019, our inspection department has worked closely with STEL on their project where units were completed for 26 families and another 23 units will be completed in 2020. This is about improving our housing stock. This project here is a project that started almost 4 years ago. And we started the paperwork. I hand-delivered this paperwork in the mansion in Albany myself for this project. And this project is a $17 million project. It's an investment to improve our housing stock here, and it's a program that brings in new home ownership. So we're going to have new taxpayers, property taxpayers. The removal of blighted housing continues as more demolitions are planned along with larger unsafe commercial buildings. The city of Dunkirk, unfortunately, over the years, we have neglected to take care of some of the buildings that were being used many years ago and now have become vacant. So we're addressing those issues now. An effort is being made to register out-of-town property owners, which makes contacting absentee landlords possible. This is another issue we've been dealing with over the years, and we're also working with our state legislators to ensure that they understand the bills that need to be passed to afford us the opportunity to go after these absentee landlords. We have projects going. Our water treatment plant upgrades have continued in 2019. We expect this project to be completed in 2020. This project here is a $23 million project. This project gives us the opportunity to increase our capacity, and our base, our customer base is increasing by us becoming the sole supplier of water to the North County Water District. As they increase their customer base, we increase ours. So that means revenue coming in to the city of Dunkirk. Again, upgrades and repairs at the wastewater treatment plant have continued in 2019, and revenues from our wastewater treatment plant continue to increase. This was an issue when I came into office. I can't tell you how many times I would get a phone call from our DPW director telling me that the sky's falling and we're going to lose the plant. We got together, we sat down, we figured out a plan. We were able to get the necessary funding from the state, and now we're already, I believe, in the third phase of this project to get it completed. This will afford the city the opportunity to bring in more industry, more jobs. In 2019, the Stearns building was purchased to increase the footprint of City Hall. We will be moving some of our office there in the early part of 2020. Again, The purchase of that building was very simply because what people don't know is the courtroom that we're in now, we call it the Common Council Chambers, but it's actually the courtroom. And we have a contract with New York State. They basically lease this property from us. So this space that we're in is actually leased out to New York State. And when I want to use it for my State of the City, I need to ask permission from the state to be able to use it. So we've increased the footprint of City Hall because there was a need to do it. And the good thing about that is that we had a really good deal on the price, and we were able to get the state to help us to pay for that. So basically, it didn't cost our taxpayers here from our budget $1. Credit card payment options are working fine. We're now working to be able to offer online payment options to our residents. This is something that our council had wanted for the past 4 years. They've been pushing for it, and I agree with them. We are now at a time where we should be offering online payment options. We have snowbirds who have come to see me to complain that they would like to pay their bills online, and that's what we're working for, so that this year we'll be able to complete that process. In 2019, we saw a significant reduction in health insurance expenses by joining the Labor Management Healthcare Fund. Due to our insurance consortium agreement, the city will have saved $300,000 in 2018 and 2019. These are savings that we use in the budget so that we didn't have to raise taxes over the past couple of years. The new employee orientation program is now being administered to all new employees. Federal and state mandated training for all city employees has been completed in 2019. I included this today because I wanted everyone to know that there are state and federal mandated trainings that we need to offer our staff. And when I came into office, some of that training was not happening. That's the sad truth. What I'm proud to announce today is that we are all caught up. Everybody has been trained with all the mandated training. The new policies and procedures the new policies and procedures implemented when I first came into office in 2016 have begun to show positive outcomes. This has been confirmed by the official audit presentations of the last 3 years. Our 2018 audit was presented and shows a combined fund balance of $6.1 million. This is an increase of over $1.3 million since I came into office. In addition to the increase in our fund balance over this same time period, the city was able to pay off over $800,000 to close out capital projects, old capital projects. These projects were over a decade old and were still in the books. We were still paying on those interest. We were also able to purchase over $1 million in much-needed equipment without having to bond for it. Some of this equipment includes the 2019 Medics ambulance with the latest stretchers. And again, the latest stretchers means they're hydraulic so that our firemen don't have to be bending down and hurting their backs. 2 front loaders. These were purchased last year at the request of our DPW department. The council wanted to do this, so we used some of our fund balance to do that. A street cleaner was purchased. These, again, are items that are needed for us to continue operations in our city. New communication center in the police department was desperately needed. It has improved the morale in our police department, and I'm very proud of that. We've also purchased vehicles in various departments. We had very old vehicles that were still being used. It was somewhat embarrassing to see our guys out there, so we've purchased new vehicles. And patching welders were also purchased. In preparing for the NRG loss, by becoming the sole supplier of water to the North County Water District, the city has increased its revenues in this fund. And I want to announce also that I just learned today that the North County Water District is actually already ahead of schedule with the east part of their customers. So now we're looking at the town of Sheridan and moving in that direction. This is great news for all of us. We're going to be able to supply water all the way up in the town of Sheridan. The The LED project will save taxpayers $250,000 per year. This project should be completed in 2020. This is a project that we've been working on. What people don't know is that the city was paying annually to National Grid over $1 million annually. That amount is going to go down as soon as this project is done annually by over $250,000. So taxpayers will be saving that much. I also learned that the company that we're using has also been picked to do the same project in the city of Buffalo. Completion of the water treatment plant and wastewater treatment plant capital projects will net the city a savings of $100,000 per year in chemical purchases. Updates to equipment will save the city an estimated $50,000 in repairs and maintenance. The city is currently looking to implement solar energy for further cost savings at our water treatment plant and wastewater treatment plant. Solar energy is something that's new. It's coming in now. Other municipalities are beginning to use it, and we want to jump on board now. Private business investment, Dunkirk Special Metals and Dunkirk Specialty Steel continue to invest millions of dollars in capital to make these facilities more competitive while maintaining and increasing employment levels. We've had a great relationship with these plants. We go out, we visit them, we meet with them all the time. When they have issues, we try to help them out. And this relationship is really working out. They have invested money to the tune of millions of dollars into their plants here and increased production. Phoenix, the city continues to assist with stormwater, sanitary sewer, potable water, and fire protection water. We have improved sidewalks and the small bridge on Stigowski Avenue and continue to assist with water line connections. The Phoenix project, again, the biggest thing about that project is the spin-off and development that's been happening. Our development department has been very busy entertaining investors that want to come in and invest money in our city. Which brings in jobs. So this is very important that we continue to assist the Phoenix with their needs. The cold storage warehouse has been completed on the former Edgewood property. $17 million investment, collaborative effort between City of Dunkirk, Philbrook Foods, Chautauqua County IDA, and New York State. This is one of the first projects I began working on when I took office. This was not an easy project. We chose a site that the city residents did not agree with. We went back to the drawing board. This was the location that we initially wanted and presented. They didn't want to do it there because there was a cleanup involved. New York State was able to make this a brownfield. They designated it a brownfield site, and because of that, we were able to get a developer to come in, and we're very proud to have that. This not only creates jobs at this site, but also at Philbrook. Empire State Brands, this hops project is a $14.7 million project, which includes the development of a vertically integrated growing, processing, and packaging operation for production of hops, malted barley, wheat, rye, and other grain products. The new processing facility will have a regional economic impact with over 400 jobs created and 250 farmers impacting 4,200 acres in western New York. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a regional project. The developers, I met with them. These guys are investing real money. We've reached out to the state. The state is backing this project here. This includes farmers. This is going to create jobs not only at this facility here in the city, but for farmers across western New York. This is the type of project that all communities want to have, and their brand is going to be marketing the city of Dunkirk. That is one of the things that I had asked for them, and they've agreed to. The Wells Enterprises Incorporated purchase of Philbrook Foods $90 million expansion project will create new high-paying jobs in the city of Dunkirk. This is a major investment on behalf of Wells. When we first met with them, we were competing with different states. Wells, if you're not aware of who they are, you can Google them. They are one of the largest and looking to be the largest producer of ice cream in the nation. They are now going global, and they wanted to have a bigger footprint in the Northeast, and we were able to have them choose the city of Dunkirk for this major expansion. The good thing about this expansion is it's going to create 75 to 100 jobs here in the city of Dunkirk. Each one of these jobs will come with a $40,000 to $50,000 starting salary with a full benefit package. Battery Point Villas Phase 1 development is scheduled to be completed in 2020. The total amount of investment is $14 million for 12 buildings, 8 units in each. This project here is very important for us here. When I met with the CEO of Athenix, he was very, very interested in knowing the progress of this project here. He has staff members that want to participate and live in this area here at Battery Point Villas. The Stealth 60 development is continuing in 2020. $16 million investment includes 45 units on 25 scattered sites. Excuse me. And again, this is about home ownership. The project includes whoever gets into these brand new homes has to agree to go through a home ownership program where they learn the responsibilities of being a homeowner. And after an extended period of time, they'll become the homeowner and tax-paying citizens in the city of Dunkirk. Agricultural transport has relocated to the city of Dunkirk. This, again, is a major accomplishment for us. When we first met with Jacob Sam, he's the owner. This was a couple of years ago. He expressed an interest in moving into the city. We showed him a few different sites. This was one of the ones that we wanted him to take. This is a $1 million investment on his part to move his operations into the city, and we're very proud to have him along. The Pier 30 project is being developed along Dunkirk's waterfront in spring of 2020. We anticipate that this project will be completed and in use by summertime of this year. The redevelopment of the former Macaroni and Supply Company is a mixed-use building. This is a Restore New York project. There's close to $1 million being invested here by New York State in the city of Dunkirk for this project. The lower floor will be physical therapy with a doctor's office in there. The upper floors will be upper-end housing. Small businesses are investing in the city of Dunkirk now. The small business loan program has been reactivated with CDBG funds. This program here allows us to provide incentives to small businesses, both those that are already in business and new businesses looking to start up. That's what this program is designed to do, to not only create a few jobs, but to help the small businesses get going and get started and expand. 2020 is all about focusing on improving downtown Dunkirk, helping existing businesses expand and bringing in new businesses. Incentives to locate downtown and on Central Avenue will be offered, and grant assistance for facade improvements will be applied for. We have a very good relationship in Albany with the governor and his commissioners, and anytime we need help, we go down, we ask for it, and we've been very fortunate that we've been getting a lot of help. Communities across the state are doing the same thing. Not all of them are as fortunate as we are, because we've been getting a lot of much needed attention here in the city of Dunkirk, and I'm very proud to be the mayor that is presenting us with that. The Wright Park Project Phase 2 funding was awarded and will bring in new amenities. And again, we're talking about almost $400,000 that was awarded to us to bring this Phase 2 to Wright Park. If you recall, Phase 1 brought in the splash pad. Phase 2 will include amenities, a playground, nature play areas, and improved bike paths. The pickleball court area is now being used as an ice skating rink in the wintertime. This was something that people wanted, and believe it or not, they're starting to use it. The Dunkirk Dog Park construction was completed in 2019, and the animal shelter relocation will be completed in 2020 with a new animal control officer. We're very excited about this shelter, and our goal has been right along to make this shelter big enough to be able to provide this service to other municipalities in northern Chautauqua County as well. The Smart Growth Projects, again, Central Connection Project Phase 1 has been completed in 2019. The Pier Improvement Project Phase 1 was completed in 2019. We have more amenities coming in 2020. We received a grant from the county, and we're going to be using that to make more amenities here at the pier. The Seal Street project was completed in 2019. It provided new water lines to residents, rebuilt and repaved the road, and provided fire protection for all residents. What some people don't realize is that, I didn't realize it till I came into office, we have some areas in the city where we don't really have fire protection. So what we've been doing is identifying these areas and then going in there to make sure that we provide fire protection for all of our residents. The Senior Center Improvements Grant includes improvements to the building and addition of 2,200 square feet of space for programs, activities, and services. Addition of a new office for on-site medical service and adult daycare services. These were things that people had said over the years when I first came on that they wanted to see. So we went out. We worked with our state senator, and we were able to bring these funding. It's a $750,000 project to bring these services to that site there for our seniors. The comprehensive plan has been completed in 2019. This comprehensive plan is very important. Again, the latest and most recent comprehensive plan was completed in 1977. The comprehensive plan is very important to communities. It gives us a guide on where we want to go and how we want to get there. So I'm very proud to be the mayor to have completed that comprehensive plan. The tree inventory. The tree inventory management plan has also been completed recently. Our grants and plans with CDBG funds include children's programs at the Boys and Girls Club. This is always very important that we take care of these programs. I learned that Chautauqua Striders is no longer providing after-school programming here in the city of Dunkirk, and that's important that we are able to provide that. So I've directed that we use CDBG funds to be able to provide that after-school program to our students. Emergency home repairs for residents and housing rehabilitation for residents, closing costs and down payment assistance for first-time Dunkirk home buyers. We have people who have jobs and want to buy homes. They need help with the process, closing costs and down payment assistance, and so we're going to afford them that opportunity to become homeowners. 2020 expected projects and programs are emergency roof repair program, sidewalk repair and replacement program. We've got a new system which includes sidewalk work being done in-house, which gives the city an opportunity to do more upgrades. What we did this year is I talked with our DPW director, and I asked him if we had anyone on board that actually knew how to do cement work, and we do. We have a guy that is very good at it. We created our own crew. We've been doing the sidewalks now in-house. As a result, we're now doing more sidewalks. We can do a crew all summer long to improve the sidewalks in the city of Dunkirk. Our youth and recreation programs continue to be good programs for our community. We're continuing to expand the programs that we're doing. We have hockey We have our Camp Gross. Camp Gross, again, we had a very successful year this year. We had over 400 kids that attended. And again, the City of Dunkirk has once again received national recognition for its uniquely superb walleye fishing tournaments and derbies. This is a very important part of our community. Here on the shores of Lake Erie in the City of Dunkirk, we hold major tournaments, fishing tournaments, and we want to support those tournaments. So since I've come into office, we always budget to make sure that we are supporting these fishing tournaments and fishing derbies. The festivals and events, Music on the Pier continues to grow and is receiving much recognition, including once again being voted the 2019 Best Western New York Hotspot by Lake Erie Living Magazine's Best of Lake Erie 2019 edition. And we have been growing that event, and again, what people need to realize is that through the work of our special events coordinator, we solicit funds from, excuse me, our businesses, and I feel so lucky and fortunate to live in a community where we have CEOs and business owners who understand how to give back to their community. And our special events coordinator raised hundreds of thousands of dollars so that we're paying for the entertainment that we bring without using a dollar of our budget for the city taxpayers. So the only cost to the city taxpayers to provide these events would be our obligation to provide public safety as well as our DPW. The Great Lakes Experience was another major festival that we had. Many people enjoyed the Great Lakes Experience. We had over 2,000 people that visited it. The Spring Fest, again, was another event that we do annually, and it was a huge success this year as well. The 4th of July celebration, we have the largest 4th of July fireworks display in Chautauqua County, and we're proud of it. The Lakeshore Street Rod Harbor Cruise in 2019, over 700 cars participated at the point. That's, again, one of the biggest events at the point. We did some upgrades at the point, and this park is our largest park in the city, and we want to see it get used a lot more for events like this. The Great Lakes Offshore Grand Prix, the targeted dates for 2020 are July 10th through the 12th of this year. And it'll be streamed live in 105 countries and will be televised by CBS Sports. This, again, ladies and gentlemen, is one of our biggest events of the year. We're very proud to have this event here. It was a competitive process with other communities to bring this event to Dunkirk. And this is an event that we were able to become involved with New York State, the I Love New York program. They support this event, and they've included it as part of their I Love New York campaign, which means that they are marketing this event in the city of Dunkirk and all 50 states for the city of Dunkirk. The Music at the Point Sunset Concert Series has started Wednesdays in August. We have live entertainment, and we're starting to bring food vendors there. This is something that we experimented with. We started doing it, and people seem to like it. We've received a lot of positive comments, so we're going to continue to do it. The Beach Bash, again, is we brought in the world-renowned sand sculptor, Dan Belcher. This was another huge event. We combined other little activities with it, and it became a really nice and enjoyable event that the whole family could enjoy. The Heritage Festival, again, was another successful event that we had. Many people attended, and we received, again, positive comments. Picnic at the Point, we gave out hamburgers and hot dogs to the kids. We had live entertainment there and informational booths. This was sponsored by, I believe it was United Way. And so it's another good event that we have here in the city. In 2019, City Hall was again open to the children for trick-or-treating before the designated hours of trick-or-treating. Over 400 children and parents attended. This was again, when I came into office in 2016, we started doing this at in the conference room here and at City Hall. We opened all our offices, and because the weather sometimes doesn't cooperate, the parents were very happy that they had the opportunity to bring their kids here, and that was pretty much their trick-or-treating time. November 30th, we had our Small Business Saturday, our tree lighting ceremony, and we had horse-drawn carriage. That horse-drawn carriage, we were providing free rides for our community members, and for a lot of kids, believe it or not, it was the first time that they actually were standing next to a horse that closely. Building relationships is, again, something I always include in my presentation. Building relationships, as far as I'm concerned, is one of the most important, if not the most important job of a mayor. When I go out to Albany, I make sure that I meet with some of the governor's commissioners, because these are the people that I'm going to need to talk to when we need help here in the city. I also go out and meet with other mayors. They also come here, meet with me. We meet on several issues all the time. When we meet, we're building relationships. And I introduce other mayors to some of my key staff members here so that they have a relationship too. To me, it's very important, again, to ensure that the mayor of the city has a good relationship with key people, because when we need help, they have to know who they're talking to. I would like to, at this time, recognize my colleague in government here, Mayor of Fredonia, Doug Essick. And I would like to publicly congratulate you on the big win here this week. I would also like to acknowledge the presence of our council members here with us today. We have Jim Stoyle, Marty Bamonto, Nancy Nichols, and Councilman Don Williams. Paul Vandenvoever is not here with us today. I believe he's working. So anyway, things that we're looking forward to in 2020 is working with other municipalities on shared services. That, again, is something that we're always going to be looking to do. I believe there's always a way to save taxpayers' money across all the communities, and we're going to continue to work hard to see what we can do better. We're going to implement projects in our new developments. We have a lot of ongoing projects that we're working on currently that we need to make sure come to fruition. And of course, the LED project to be completed in 2020. We're working hard. The Public Service Commission is involved in this. When this project first started, I was a little bit annoyed that National Grid was actually charging us what I thought was a little bit too much. But we worked with National Grid, and we came to an agreement which I thought was fair, and now the project is a little bit stalled only because National Grid needs to provide some information. But we had a very positive meeting this week, and their regional director, I believe, is right here. Paul's with us, and we had a very positive meeting this week, and I believe that the project is going to be starting construction here with our street lamps probably within the next month or so. Okay, so this basically concludes my presentation today. I believe I kept it within the 30 minutes. Thank you so much for coming today. I really appreciate it. Thank you.